Hey guys, let's talk about love in your hand. Whoosh.
Turn it up, throw down your motherfucking door.
Hey guys, what is up? Otakumike here, doing another manga series review for you today. Today we're looking at a nice little romantic comedy action series put out by Viz called Midori Days. If you don't know what Midori Days is, it's a series it ran from 2002 to 2004 in Shonen Sundays. What is Midori Days about? Well, it's about a young man named Seiji Sawamura, or Seiji Mad Dog Sawamura. He is the toughest student in his school. He is only 17 years old, feared by all of his, by everybody, because he's the toughest. And he has his demon right hand. After beating up some students for picking on another student, Seiji goes to ask this girl out. Sadly, she declines. He goes home and he's like all down and all like, oh no, why can't I get a girlfriend? Because deep down, all Seiji really wants is a girlfriend. He's just a big old softy at heart. Even though he has this big tough guy exterior, he's just a nice guy. Just a nice guy. And out of nowhere, he hears this noise, and he's like, "What was that?" And because before that, he mentions that the only girlfriend he's ever gonna get is his hand, which is funny. And he hears this voice, and he finds out his hand gets turned into this girl named Midori. And Midori's like kind of freaked out. Seiji is super freaked out. He's like, "Whoa, no, where did my hand go?" But Midori, she realizes who it is, and she freaks the fuck out. I am telling you, man. She's like, "Oh my god, it's Seiji. Oh my god, I love Seiji so much. This is just the best thing ever." Little does Seiji know is that Midori has been watching him from afar for years. She's been too shy to basically tell him how she really feels, and because she really likes him and whatnot. Here's some of the artwork right there for you. This is and so he's like, "What? How did this happen?" She doesn't know how this happened, and they basically have to figure out what to do at this point. It's pretty interesting on their relationship aspect, because at first Seiji doesn't want nothing to do with her and whatnot, and Seiji's like, "Oh my god, this is the end, I'm never gonna be able to date a girl ever again. They're gonna find me and call me a freak and cut off my hand and experiment on me." And he's like, "I don't know what to do." And so basically they have to live out, just live their life and be together for the current foreseen moment until he can figure out what he has to do, because Midori doesn't know how she got there. Seiji doesn't know how she got there. They even go to her house at one point, and it turns out Midori is in a coma, and all she really wanted to do apparently was be by Seiji, because she loved Seiji so much. She knew what type of a kind-hearted person Seiji was. So she got put onto his hand. That's right. She got put onto his hand. One thing or a couple things that the series does as a whole is, one, the comedy is freaking hysterical because Seiji can't let anybody know what Midori, like Midori is there, and so he has to, go about his thing about, fighting other delinquents and whatnot who like want to beat him up because he's the toughest kid in school, and he has to worry about Midori's safety because Midori can still feel and stuff like that. I don't really know, like they don't really show like what's below, like her hand is, his hand is just like her like upper part of her body, It's always curious, and so he pretends like his hands hurt, and he has to like wrap her up in bandages. You know, at one point, he gets invited actually on a date with the girl, and he has to figure out how to do this because at one point they're at the movies and she wants to hold hands with him, and it's Midori she gets a hold of, and so he has to figure out what to do, like, oh my god, like what to do, and and when he fights, he has to figure out, like, he doesn't really try to fight because he doesn't want Midori to get hurt, and and whatnot. One thing that this book does is it really builds on our characters' relationships, which I really like. We spend a lot of time with Midori and Seiji and whatnot. And how does Midori feel about this? How does Midori feel about, other girls trying to get with Seiji, somebody she loves, and Seiji's kind of clueless a little bit. He doesn't know like these people like him and whatnot, and then he meets other people as well. Like you meet his sister, and then this guy who thinks that Seiji is actually a fan of like action figures and puppets because he thinks Midori is a puppet, which is pretty funny at some points. This series isn't that long. It's a lot of fun. It's only 8 volumes, and I highly, highly recommend Midori Days. It's just so quirky and just so out there and so funny. Whenever I mention this book to anybody, everybody's like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, that's an actual manga? I thought the exact same thing. And it turned out to actually be one of my personal favorite mangas because it's just so cute and adorable and heartwarming. The only downside I would have to say is it's out of print, but you can usually find it for fairly cheap. I got my set for around like $40, but it is pretty cool. I wish, other people could read and, read this. If you can't read it or can't get a hold of it, you can always watch the anime. There was an anime adaptation that's actually really, really good. And I believe the anime adaptation is on Tubi TV's app. You can watch it for free there. But I highly recommend the manga. The manga does go into more an in-depth with the whole situation than the anime does, because the anime kind of does its own thing later on towards the other back half of the anime. But I cannot, like, this manga is just so much fun. Like the jokes and the humor and just everything is just fun. It's one of my personal favorite mangas, and honestly one of my personal favorite shonen mangas. Let me know down below if you're looking to check out Midori Days or the anime, or if you're not looking to check it out, just let me know down in the comments what your thoughts of it, or if you've never actually heard of this manga. Let me know. Otakumike. Catch you guys later. Peace out.